Hello and welcome to another podcast episode of Manifest with Thais. This is Thais, and in today's podcast episode, we're talking about the freedom to be yourself so that you can be free. Many times we are inundated with pictures and videos and sounds of people living these lives, right? That we think that we also want to live too. And so many times, whether you know it or not, when you're not sure of who you are, loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and you spend loads and loads of time scrolling, watching and looking at images of a life that you think you want, you often feel like you're in lack. And when you're in a spirit of lack and thinking that you're not where you're supposed to be, you don't have what it is that you believe you should have, not taking the time to be grateful for where you are, you're always in the sense of chasing. And we know that in manifestation, you don't chase, right? We don't chase, we attract. And so in this episode, we're going to talk about a few ways for you to become secure and confident in the person that you are so that you can vibrate at a high level and attract all those things that you love. And just starting right off, self-concept. Self-concept is a really popular term and key lesson in manifestation. Self-concept is really a Neville Goddard conception, meaning who do you believe you are? Are you treating yourself as you are now? Are you treating yourself as the person you desire to be in this moment right now? Many times we skip over we're so focused on where we want to be, we don't appreciate and treat ourselves as if we are that person now. That is how you increase your ability to manifest. And so you have to love yourself. And some great ways to start becoming one with yourself is, I would say, journaling. Every morning, I usually journal my dreams. I usually have my thoughts. I keep my thoughts there. And just some key things for me to remember, right? One being that I'm amazing. You are amazing. I think a lot of times we're taught that it is pompous to believe and speak these powerful words over yourself about who you are. I'm confident. I'm successful. It's like you're not grateful. I get told all the time. My mom loves to tell me, you're not right all the time. And I'm like, and that's okay. And I love my mom because, look, we're the same numerological sign, okay? And when I say numerological sign, in terms of numerology, our life path numbers are the same. And so naturally, we're just gonna go against the grain and go against each other sometimes. But this is the thing. It's okay for me to feel extra good about myself, even if others around me see it as me thinking that I'm more. Everyone should think more of themselves. I think everyone should. If I know someone who's not thinking more of themselves, I'm like, why not? You're amazing. You're incredible. No one can do the things that you do. And so really working on that self-concept and treating yourself. Like I treat myself as a multimillionaire now. I actually made a list this morning, right? And working on my own self-concept and making sure that I'm treating myself as the woman I believe that I am. A multimillionaire business owner, a boss, a CEO. We can call it soft life era, all that stuff. Like I've always lived a soft life. Like it's not something new to me, and that's something we can definitely talk about in another podcast episode. But I was like, what are the millionaire habits and tendencies that I already have in my life right now? And so something I wrote is I have multiple bank accounts. Some people only have one bank account. People who have multiple sources and or have usually larger sums of money, they don't keep all their money in one place. So that's something that I've developed, keeping my money in different places, let it grow in different avenues. Something else that I wrote down, I was like having something even as simple as health insurance, having access to health care, mental health resources. That's something that is highly valuable that many of us take for granted. And so as you begin to work on your self-concept of the person that you desire, right, that we're moving towards, we're all moving there, right? Like I said, I just did this today and I've been talking about manifestation for quite some time now. But as you level up, you will then begin to see, as you work on that self-concept, meaning how you treat yourself now as the person you desire to be, you will see that things will begin to increase in your life in all areas. So working on your self-concept is one way to make sure that you are free and confident in the person that you are. And then next, friendships, relationships. You really got to look at them. And a lot of times, many of us fall prey, and I say fall prey, to attracting people in our lives that need our support. I'm like a master. I said I'm a master cheerleader. Okay. I'm a master supporter. And a lot of times people are attracted to me because I'm ultra supportive. Many times there are people who aren't supportive. I understand that being supportive of someone, even if it's with something greater than me, that means I'm in an energy for it. If people around you are manifesting things that you desire, you just have to realize that they're in a different point. We don't know how long they've been expecting this, right? Putting their mindset to it, putting the action to it, detachment from it. And so by celebrating someone else, it allows you, again, to be in the energy of something. But something we must also do is you must celebrate yourself more. No one should celebrate you more than you on the planet. I know Niecy Nash just made a speech at the Emmys where she thanked herself, right? I've heard Snoop Dogg talk about him thanking himself. You've got to thank yourself. And so, yes, you want to look at your circle of friendships and relationships and make sure that, it's give and take. But guess what? At the end of the day, you need to be your best friend. You have to be your best friend first. You have to enjoy your company. And a lot of times it can be scary to be alone, especially if you're at a point where you've never lived on your own or you've never had extended time on your own. How do you learn to enjoy your own company? Well, interestingly enough, I just saw a video where a guy was talking about how he was enjoying going out to eat by himself. Even with having a partner, that is something that I've always done. Like I've always, at least once a month, I go somewhere and have lunch by myself, lunch or dinner, to enjoy my own company. And I don't even pick up my phone. I'm there, I'm in the moment, I'm looking around, looking at all the other people. Maybe someone might come over and speak. You never know. But you have to learn to enjoy your own company. Start doing things with yourself. You've got to enjoy yourself. That's how you're going to attract the right people in your life, because a lot of times people will see your soft heart. Many of us have soft hearts. I'm one of those people. I have a very soft heart. And we will allow people to take advantage of it because we want to be seen, we want to be heard, but you must be seen and heard from yourself first. And so along with working with your self-concept, right, looking at your friendships and relationships, firstly, making sure that you are your best friend first. And then lastly, it's okay to do things that other people don't do. It's okay. Like that's a part of being free, right? And being yourself. We don't have to do what everybody else does. And that's one of those things with relinquishing control and understanding that you only have control over yourself, your thoughts, your ideals. We don't have any control over what anyone says or thinks about us. That's why your thoughts, your beliefs have to be more important, have to be more high or highly. You have to think of yourself highly before you can expect others to. And so allowing yourself to be quirky, be different. I know I'm quirky and I'm different. And before it used to bother me. But now I'm just like, oh, it's okay. I'm different. Like, who's the rapper? to change. He said, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. And something I enjoy doing every day, which I'm sure a lot of times I know my neighbors are looking at me like, oh, she's doing that. And I don't care, right? I like to feed the birds. I'm a bird feeder, a bird watcher. And so, that's what I do every day. I'm going to, after I get done with this podcast episode, I'm going to go out there and refill my bird feeders, and I look at everybody be happy. One, because it's just something I fell in love with, and I didn't care who else is doing it. A lot of times we do stuff based on whether public opinion approves of it, but you have to do things based on whether you approve of it. So if there's something that you're ready to do, you're holding back on because you're waiting on public approval, then how are you going to enjoy your life and be free? Manifestation is truly just a life of freedom, a life of mental freedom, right? Freedom from the thoughts of others, freedom to believe in yourself, freedom to believe that you deserve to have what you desire. That's all manifestation is. And so once you decide to be free and to be real, be yourself, that's when everything clicks. And so treat yourself now as the person you desire to be. Be your own best friend. And be okay to do things that are different. You don't have to be like everybody else. We're not all alike. We're all different. We're all totally different. And so in this podcast episode, just remember that being free, being yourself is going to be the key to getting everything that you want. Then you don't have to wait on it to show up, to be happy, to be joyful, to be successful, to be in that millionaire light, to be in that billionaire light. Whatever it is that you want, you can establish that feeling now. And that will be through loving yourself, appreciating yourself, and being totally you and free. And so thank you again for listening to this podcast episode of Manifest with Thais. And as always, be well.